Hello and how are you? My name is Muhino Barak and I welcome you to another Android Material UI daily challenge. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how we can make such a form in a dark mode, whereby we'll have a field where the user can enter the name, they can enter the password, their email, and they can select the age using this, and we'll show them a dialog box like this one where the user they can feed their age. And this dialog box will only accept the numbers, and they can also select their gender, for example whether it's a male or female, and they can as well select their states, and then they can click on this submit button to submit the data, and this will be done in the dark mode form. So it's what we're going to do in this video. I hope you're ready. If you are, then let's do it now. So in the very first place, we're going to begin by creating the activity which is going to hold this dark mode form. So I'll simply come and get the name here and come to our form section. I right click there and say new, and then I come and say activity, and come and select what? Empty activity. So I'll come and say form sign up dark, okay, or form sign up dark mode, since it's a dark mode form. So I'll click on finish to start creating this activity, and then after we'll have the layout created there. I'll collapse this so that we should have enough space to display our code, and click on split so that we should have our design on the other side and the source code on the other side. And then I've already created this code, so my task will be just to copy, and as I'm explaining, because I've already done it, I want to hard code it. While you're watching, it will take much of your time. So let us begin. We'll begin by doing what? By creating the main parent layout, which is going to be the relative layout. So I'll just remove this constraint layout and replace it with what? With the relative layout. And then after, we'll go ahead, and it is having orientation of vertical. I'll just go and add an attribute of orientation vertical. Then after doing that, we'll go ahead and add a view on top here that is going to space this toolbar with this one, okay. So I'll just copy that and then come and paste it here. It's nothing but just an empty view that is having margin of width, match parent, and height of match parent, okay. That's the view behind everything, okay. And it's having a background of gray 95. Let me first remove the background and you see what I mean, okay. So I want to put a paper or something behind that is going to act as the dark mode, or that is going to put that dark mode way, and it's going to be a view with a background of 95. So it is having width of match parent and height match parent, and is having the background of 95. So if you want to change it to the background of to the background of light mode, I'll just simply like this remove the view, and by default to be light mode. So this one will bring the dark mode away, okay. So after putting the background of gray 95, I'll go ahead and put the and put the text toolbar, the toolbar. So it will be here. It's just nothing but a toolbar. It is having an ID of toolbar, and is having width of match parent and height of action bar size, and then we'll go ahead and give the background of gray 900. This is a little bit darker than this 95, but both of them are the same, but this one is a little bit darker compared to the other one by just difference of 5, and these we have already defined them, okay. So we give it fits windows to false, and then we give it action bar theme as dark dot action bar, okay. This one will make this theme to be dark. Otherwise, if you remove this one and remove this one, it will have to be transparent. But if you put the theme as dark and this one, then it will give it that color of darker theme. And then we'll come and resolve these ones by just press Alt and Enter, and then they'll be resolved, okay. Which is having insert start with navigation 0dp and app theme as app.light. Then after doing that, we'll go ahead and add our nested scroll view. You know the reason why we add that nested scroll view, in order if the user has a smaller phone, they should be able to do what? To scroll the form. So we're having the width of match parent and the height of match parent, and the ID, it is below the toolbar. Okay, you should just say layout below toolbar, because you already have the ID of toolbar, so it will make sure that it's always below the toolbar that you created. And remove the scroll like that. Okay. You can see what I've done. Just pause the video and follow along. And then after, we'll put a linear layout that is going to contain now our real forms. It's going to be here in the bottom. Okay, linear layout, and make sure that you do what? That you close it. Okay, so it's having orientation of vertical. And then we'll go ahead and put our first edit text. I'll copy it and explain everything when I paste it. Inside the linear layout, I'll put the edit text. As you can see, it is nothing but an edit text, and it is having a style of flat.gray. I already defined this one in our activity, in our values. If you don't have it, you can just as well define it right now in your styles. Okay, in the styles values, this one. Then after doing that, we'll go ahead and give the width of match parent and height of X maximum large, M large, and then you have the margin top or spacing large, and then you have the background. It's going to be a layout. Okay, it's going to be a layout of edit text background overlay layout white. Okay, so I'm going to create it right now. Okay, you can name this layout in anything that you want, but it should be under what? Under drivers. So I press Alt and Enter to create it right now. Okay, and I've already created it, so I'm going just to copy and paste it, and then you'll do it. So I'll come and paste it here. This is the layout, how it is going to look like. So let me remove the design and you see the code. Okay, so I can pause the video and copy these pieces of code. That item on the forecast state, on the enabled state, and on the what? On the layer layer list, like that. So pause the video and write this layout. So after doing that, I'll not explain every line, and then after doing that, then this issue will be what? Will be resolved. That's why you'll see that you're having that kind of beautiful light but dark background that you see there. Okay, can you see? It's beautiful. So after doing that one, we'll go ahead and add another one, which is going to be it's going to be the what? The last name. Let me remove this text. It's going to be what? I'm just going to give it hint. It's going to be first name. See, that's our hint. And also give here what? A hint of last name. And then this one is just like the first one, so I may no need to explain it, but just go ahead and write it as well. Okay, so after doing that, I'll go ahead and give the third one. Is going to be password. Oh, this one can be maybe username. This one can be full name, and then this one comes and becomes email. And then you can put the what and put the password. You see how hard coding takes the time. Okay, so after putting the password, okay, I hope you can see that how the form is becoming beautiful. We'll go ahead and put the email. Oh, I've already done that. We'll go ahead and put okay, this one can be maybe the username. Okay, and then after doing that, we'll go ahead and give the what these two layout. Of course, going to be linear layout with vertical, horizontal, one neighboring the other. Okay, I hope you can do that. So I'll begin by putting the linear layout, and I'll close it here. You can see margin top and orientation is horizontal. Width is transparent, height is rough content. And then we'll go ahead and give the first edit. So it is having the edit, which is having a width of 0 dp and the width layer weight of 1. Okay, so I'll put here the down arrow. I already have it, and this one I already have it. Okay, so you can look at the what at the piece of code that I'm writing. Okay, and then between it we'll put a view that will separate this one from the second one by simply copying this second edit text and put it here. You can see, there we go. I can make this one to become down and this one to become down, and then I'll come and keep this one and disabled, as how you can see here. So if I want to remove this male by default, I can give them a hint and call it maybe gender or sex, whatever, and give this one also hint instead of giving the real text. Just put hint and put age. Okay, so after doing that, we'll go ahead and put the states or the region where the person is coming from, and this one are going to be outside this linear layout of orientation horizontal. Let me first collapse and you see the code. Okay, so the layout starts from here, so you can pause and look at the code, and then it ends from here. Okay, so after that I'm going to add the edit text that's going to be disabled, and I'm just going to put here down because I already have it, the drop down arrow, and then here down. So by expanding we'll have something beautiful like that one. Okay, it's a form in a dark mode. Then after doing that, lastly we'll go ahead and give the the button. Okay, so I'll come here and give the button. So it's just button orange. Can put maybe BTN green. If you want a green one, and put BTN primary. If you want the primary one. For now, we shall just leave it like that. Okay, so we will have got this. We will have got this. You can look at the code, have the button, and that's how it looks like at this moment. Okay, so we have a lot to do. Let us proceed. I hope you should be able to do something like this at this moment. Okay, so let us run the project and you see so far what we've done. So I'll first add this to the menu. Okay, so I'll come to the main menu and I'll go to the layout and I'll just duplicate this button and call it and call it sign up form dark mode. Sign up dark mode form, and I'll give it the on-click listener. I can just call it sign up dark or dark mode like this, and there's going to be the method that will be called when the user clicks on this button. So to create it, I just simply press Alt and Enter and go ahead, Alt and Enter and click on create method in the form main activity. Okay, so in this form main activity, I'll come and copy these pieces of line that starts an activity and paste them here. So I'm going to change this name to Signup dark. Okay, Signup dark activity. So when the user clicks here, the form will be able to open. So let us run the project and we see so far how far we've gone with it. So there we go. So I can click on forms and then I click on sign up dark mode, and then we'll have a beautiful sign up in dark mode. But the dark mode, this is supposed to be also dark. This toolbar here on top is supposed to be dark. So we are going to do that logic that will make the toolbar dark and everything to be dark, and we have our form which is in that way. So I hope you're ready to do it. Then let's do it right now. Okay, so we'll go back to our form sign up and then put the logic of making everything to be in a darker mode. So we'll go back to the back end. First of all, we'll have to create this init toolbar function. So it is called init toolbar function, and we are calling this tool, I'm going to call it here immediately after the activity. And then it is having the toolbar, and then it is having get support toolbar, then we're having get support set title, and make this title null. If we don't want to display anything on top here, we make it to be null, and then we come here to get support action bar, display as enabled true. So that one will have to enable the back button. Display home as enabled, so this one will enable the back button that we'll see here. And then I'm going to create this method that will set the system color, or this color, to be what? To be in a dark. Okay, so just simply press Alt and Enter to create this method. Add this method, just say create method. Okay, so I'm going to create this method right now. So this is the method that is going to be working on changing the activity into dark mode. Okay, so the method already created. What I'm going to do, just change this one to activity. Okay, let me delete it and I create a fresh. So I can put here in the tools, because we want to be using this every time, so I have to put it in external function of tools, in the external class. Okay, you see I have here a class called what? Called tools. It's where I put my things that I'll reuse again and again. So in this one, have set system color. It is taking two things, the activity and the color itself. And then here I check if the SDK version is greater than the what? The version of Lollipop. I do what? I get the window. After getting the window from this activity, I add the flags, flag.draws.system bar background, and then also clear the flags, flag.params.flag translucent status, and then I add my own color that I will have received from here, which is window.set status bar color, and then I say activity.get resource .get color, and then I pass the colors I've just got here. So this one will be able to change this background color that you see here on top. Okay, so this method you can reuse it in even different projects when you want to change something here that is in the toolbar here. This one, this toolbar. If you want to change that color, you can reuse this function and again to be changing that color. So let's go back to our project. You see the problem is resolved. After, we'll proceed to initializing the components. Okay, each components here. For example, want to be able to click here and you see the age range, and you click here, you see the gender. I'm going to do for you one, and you'll do for you this. You do for them. You do the rest for yourself. Okay, I'm going to do for that of age, and you'll do that of gender and the states by yourself. Okay, so I'll just go and create this init component function, and I'm calling it here like this. Okay, init component, and yes, I'll say Alt and Enter to create it. Create the method. There it is. Okay, so in this init component, I'm going to have I'm going to set the click listener on the edge view. Okay, so I'll just simply copy this and then come and paste it here. We can first create the object and then say use the find.get.clickListener, or you can just simply say find.view by id add.id. This you can do as well like this. You begin by putting the bracket, and then on that same thing that you found, you set a click listener. So when the user clicks on this click listener, I'm going to show the edge dialog, and I'll give it the view. Okay, the edge dialog. So I'll just say Alt and Enter, and I'm going to create this method for the edge dialog. Okay, so I just put it here in the main activity. Okay, so this dialog is going to be created just to display the edge range. Okay, so this is how I did it. I'm going to explain everything step by step, don't worry. I will just copy it and come here and paste it. So for you do for the rest. So here I just say alert dialog builder is equal to new alert builder, and then I pass the context, which is this, and then I go ahead and put the builder.set title. I set at edge, and then after I say edit text, I find the edit text, and I use the other one to find it. Okay, and then I put input.set input layout. Okay, I put the type of class number, and then after I say set builder.set view, I put this view that I just created here, and then after I put the positive button .ok, and I put when the user clicks on the OK, I should get the text of the user what he has entered. So here it is where you get the text, as well as we set it to whatever view that we received here to set to the second view. Okay, and I get this text from what? From this input that I just created from here. Okay, that I just created from here. So after I put the cancel, and when they cancel, I do what? I cancel the dialog here. Okay, so you can look at that code. It's what you can implement, and then after I make sure that I do builder.show. Others, if you don't put .show, this dialog will not show. So let us go ahead and run it. I'll simply click on forms, and then click on sign up dark mode form. So we'll have something beautiful like that. So can you see our toolbar has changed to what? To totally dark. Okay, and then you have this back button for enable is enabled, but it did not implement. Like when someone clicks on it, you should take him back. We do not do that. And then we have a place where the user can enter the first name, the full name, the email, the password, and the username, and the age. You see, when I click on age, this input shows up, and if I put say 33 and say OK, this will be 33 years old. So you also do that of gender. When I click on this gender, it should show me something like this. When I click on gender here, it should show me a dialog where I can select a single gender. Do that by yourself, and then you set this input field to be that gender. And also when I click on the country, you should be able to select it. I'll not do this for you, but I want you to have the courage and try it by yourself. That logic, don't just wait to be spoon fed. Okay, please take it as a challenge and try that by yourself. Okay, even me doing these things, no one told me to just do them, no one taught me to do them, but I took them as a challenge and I was able to do them. So don't also wait for someone to teach you how to do everything. No, just do that as a challenge, and be able to select the edge like this from the dialog, and the citizen, so that they say to the previous views that we click them to display them. So that is what we've made so for today, and I hope you've learned how you can create the dark mode forms, and you can create the other kind of things using in a dark mode using this way. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope you've learned. Okay, if you did, then make sure that you click on the like of this video, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe. And that's all for today. Let us meet in the next video, where we're going to learn more about interesting forms in material UI of Android. Thank you for watching. Remember to share and like and subscribe. See you.